Alright guys, time to start the stream off. Make sure I get everything okay. Starting a little early tonight, make sure we have no technical difficulties compared to what we had a week ago. We had a little bit kind of hiccups. I'm hoping we are having no issues. I'm hoping. Starting a little early, get people into the stream tonight. Because I want to do a different sort of stream tonight. I think this is going to be really, really fun. Thumbnail looks okay. Perfect. The idea of the stream I thought of over the weekend. Hopefully people who come into the stream late, you can pick up on it on the video on demand. We'll wait a couple minutes just to make sure everything looks good here. I think everything is fine, what I'm seeing here. Taking a look at my other monitor and make sure everything is kosher. But I think everything looks good. No drop streams. Thankfully, everything looks all right there. And we're going to have a decent, I hope we have a decent stream tonight. I really do. I thought of this idea, as I mentioned, over the weekend. I thought I would continue the discussion of what I had a week ago. And I want to keep it kind of going, but a different pace. Talking about your favorite collectibles, but in a different sort of take on it. So we'll talk about that later on into the stream. I'm just waiting for everybody to get into the stream tonight. Hopefully we have a good stream. Hopefully there's no technical difficulties, which will cause issues or problems. Of course, as I talk about usually beginning of a stream, if I have a toy hunt the prior week, we'll talk about the things I got on that toy hunt. So we're going to wait a couple minutes just to get everybody into the stream. Again, I started a little early. Colin Gavin, thanks for coming into the chat tonight, my friend. Hopefully we'll have a good stream tonight, I'm hoping. Kind of a neat idea I came up with, and I wanted to run it by the audience, see what you guys thought. Colin, in the chat, is the mic okay? Please let me know. Because unfortunately I cannot hear myself talking, so I don't know how loud the mic is coming across. Hopefully it is well enough without any issues or problems. Drink tonight, I'm going to go old school, little bottles of Pepsi. That's what I'm doing tonight, at least right now. So hopefully we'll have a good, I'm hoping we'll have a good stream tonight, I hope. Thank you, Colin. Like I said, I wanted to start the stream a little early to weed out any issues or problems we may have or may experience. I'm not having any drop frames from OBS, so everything looks good there. I got my lights in place, so everything should be, I'm hoping, good to go. Again, it's going to be a good stream tonight, as I mentioned before. One thing to talk about a little bit is the giveaway is going to be ending tomorrow. If you're interested in it, people who come into this video as a video on demand, it's going to be in the description box of this video. If you'll see a link that will say giveaway link, you click to it, it'll bring you immediately to Gleam.io's webpage. If you're interested in that giveaway, it is 5 Funko Pops for Lord of the Rings. It's open to all U.S. residents. It costs nothing. All you have to do is click the entries to get involved in the giveaway. Again, it's going to be running until midnight tomorrow. Then it will be ending. My next giveaway will be happening. Hey, Jackie, thanks for coming into chat tonight. Excuse me. The next giveaway I will be picking up tomorrow at my local FedEx. The box is dropped off. That will be another giveaway probably going up, I'm assuming, next month sometime. I got some different products from Entertainment Earth. Again, another Entertainment Earth based giveaway. And it's going to be some good stuff. It's a different sort of product, so it'll be neat. Something I'm not really personally keen about, but I think you guys might like it. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. So yeah, we're coming up on to 9 o'clock. We're getting there. I just want to make sure the stream started with no issues. I'm going to iron and weed out any problems we may have. My upload speed was pretty good today, so I don't think there was any issues or problems there. So it looks pretty good as far as stability, meaning I'm having no issues in the stream right now. So everything looks good. So, whoops. Come back here real quick. There we go. Sorry about that. My screen disappeared for a second there. There we go. Perfect. So it's going to be a pretty good stream tonight, guys, as I mentioned before. I'm kind of rambling a little bit. Just want to make sure everything's good, and my thumbnail looked good as well. So let's talk about, it's 9 o'clock now. We're ready to go. We had a toy hunt I did this weekend. Got some pretty good stuff on it. It literally was shot days before the weekend. I just put it together and put it up on Sunday. So picked up a couple things at FYE, and it was a pretty good toy hunt. It was spur of the moment. I dropped off a coworker from work, and I was right by, he lives literally across the street from the mall. So I'm like, you know what, let me head to FYE real quick and Hot Topic. They had nothing at Hot Topic. I went to FYE, and they had some good stuff there. So, as mentioned on the stream, it was, I mentioned the toy hunt, it was right place, right times where I found this stuff. So, let's get into it. Very first item, I'll talk about the least of the three. They're all good pops, but the weakest of the three comes because I'm a fan of the Zoolander movie. The Funko has picked up the license for Zoolander, and they brought us the Zoolander pops. This is, of course, Derek Zoolander in his male model outfit. I really like this pop. I love the movie. Will Ferrell and Ben Stiller played off each other really, really well. Owen Wilson, who plays the Hansel character, which of course is the main antagonist to Zoolander about halfway through the movie. Great, funny movie. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. Great, great, great movie. Old, I mean, it's about, I want to say, at least, I think 15 years old, but it's super funny. It behooves yourself to watch if you've never seen it before. He does look good. He's in a very funky stance, and there is no figure stand with this guy. So, again, he's in a weird pose. No hindrance for articulation that's showcased off in that particular toy hunt. That video went up yesterday. If you have not yet seen it, I really strongly recommend taking a look at it. It's a really... Hey! ZX Drive-Ins, thanks for coming into the chat tonight. I think you're new to my channel. Thanks for coming in. So that was Derek Zoolander. Am I going to get Mugatu? I'm not sure. They have a Mugatu Chase version as well. Hey, Johnny, thanks for coming into the chat again tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the Mugatu. I have not yet decided. I'm not quite sure with that. If I'm going to get the... I might get Mugatu, but I'm not sure if I'll get... I know I'm not going to get the Will Ferrell character. The Owen Wilson character, but I'm going to get the Will Ferrell character. Absolutely. So, moving on. The next strongest of them would probably be the Batman Who Laughs. I mentioned about this character. Very, very cool character. It is a... Oh, thanks for coming in. No problem. Thanks, ZX. Yeah, I'm all over Amino. If you guys don't know about Amino, I'll talk about it in a second. Amino's a pretty cool community. I think I have about 12.5 groups I'm in. I post stuff to the chats all the time inside there. So the Batman Who Laughs is literally Bruce Wayne who got, in a dark multiverse, he killed Joker, basically, and became... a Joker himself. That's what the last laugh of the Joker was, to make Bruce Wayne Batman, the person who killed Joker, into Joker. That's sort of the running gag. And he became the Joker character in Batman Who Laughs, who was a main force of the Dark Knight series. You might see it right there, the Dark Knight's logo. He looks really, really cool. You might see the background of the pop. That's how he looked in the comics. I really think this guy's cool, but he's really weird. I didn't really know about it until I was messing with the figure in the end of that video. He does look really, really good. He has the Joker grin. He has the spike headband going across the top. But the articulation is very, very awkward on this pop. Because as you spin the head, you see me spinning it here, the collar, this piece here, is rooted to the figure. So if you start spinning the head and trying to get him into different poses, it looks very, very awkward because the collar is not, it does not move with the figure. So you get this sort of action that happens, which is very bizarre for Funko. I don't know why they took that design direction. Not 100% sure. I couldn't tell you why. I just noticed it when I was going through that little review in my car at the end of the video. I said, that's kind of weird. I wanted to showcase and talk about it. Last guy we have to talk about is Lord Dracon, which is an amalgam of both the Green Ranger and White Ranger, debuted in the Dynamite Comics Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I think it's Go-Go Power Rangers comic. It's a evil version of Tommy, the White Ranger / Green Ranger. That's why he looks like this. He's an amalgam of both characters. Again, Lord Dracon number 17. Very cool pop. I knew he was coming out for a while, but I didn't know when. I knew sometime. I thought it was in sometime in January. I think I pushed back to February. But he does look really, really cool. Neat looking design. He looks very similar to the White Ranger, again with he's literally a White Ranger and Green Ranger amalgam mushed together. It's kind of what he is. And he has this different sort of dragon dagger, as you can see right there. It's a dragon dagger with some white trim on it. Very cool looking pop. If you like Power Rangers, again, I'm a big fan of the old school Power Rangers. I like the Green Ranger. I like the White Ranger. Those are the only ones I really collect. If you say, Rook, you get any other ones? I don't. It's very similar to how I collect G.I. Joe. I have a lot of the old school, not old school, but I have a lot of the Snake Eyes figures. I'm a big fan of Snake Eyes. I love the character. I always has as a young kid. And that's the character I gravitate to. Far From Home. Is that, I'm assuming it's an anime? I would assume. I can't remember. Far From Home. Or was that the dogs? Is that the dog? Movie with the dog? Yeah, I think it's a movie with the dog that left and he ran away and he gets taken by another family, I think, if I remember, if I'm on the right track. I could be off. ZX, I do apologize. So that, of course, is Lord Dracon. So, the reason for... Oh, Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. I did see it, liked the movie. Absolutely. Great, great film. ZX brought up the Amino. If you guys don't know, Amino is a community you can go to on mobile. I know they have it on Android. I believe they have it on iPhone. It could be wrong, but I think they do. It's sort of, think of it as old school bulletin board systems back in when the internet was first kind of created and born. Think of it as chat rooms. You can post things to it if you have stories you want to talk about. You want to post videos, comments, things like that. That's what Amino really is. It's a community of a certain topic or certain things, and they have hundreds and thousands of different amino groups. I'll kind of showcase what my amino is, so you can kind of see kind of what it would look like. And then we'll get into the stream for tonight. The X, thanks for coming into the chat, bringing it up. I haven't talked about it in a long, long time. So this is kind of what the amino would look like. Hopefully you can see it. And these are some of the groups that I'm in. Hopefully it will focus. It's YouTube, action figure stuff. It might not focus in, but hopefully it will. My camera's not focusing, I don't think. But as you see, it goes, scrolls down through many different groups. That's Amino. So I'll bring you into, let's say, the Funko Amino group. Let me pick it real quick here so you can kind of see what it would look like. Literally, it's different. There's a main page. It's bright, so I do apologize. But that's kind of what Amino is all about. People post their stuff. I'll even get to one where I'm on, most likely, if I can find one that has my stuff on it. Yep, there I'm in the bottom corner right here. Right there. See me right there? So yeah, so that's me right here. So as you can see, as I'm mentioning, this is happens to be an action figure Amino. So it's kind of cool. So that's Amino. Amino, like I said, is mainly done for, let's say, groups to get together, talk about different subjects. It's very, very cool. I helped grow my channel a lot through Amino. It's one of the reasons where I'm kind of, it was a blessing and a curse at the same time, because I grew my channel rather quickly, but it was a sort of sub for sub atmosphere, which really didn't help the channel in the long run. So I kind of kick myself for that. So let's talk about the main topic for this stream. It's going to be a 30-minute stream, and then I'm going to give you guys a coming attraction of next week's stream, because I know what I'm going to be doing next week. So I'm going to give you guys a thought experiment up for this particular stream. That's why I needed as much time as I possibly could get here. So the idea here is, think of it as this thought experiment. Going with the idea of collectibles. I want to keep that stream for last week kind of rolling a little bit. So think of it this way. Thought experiment in approach. You work for company X. Doesn't matter what the company is called. We'll call it company X for just lack of a name. You're the head designer and creative control person creating new collectibles for company X. You have an unlimited budget amount, and you have an unlimited license agreement, meaning you can get anything made for any scale you want, anything you want ever. Think of it as magical Christmas land. Okay, that's what I'm thinking at here, guys. Anything you've ever wanted to create as a collectible that you've dreamt about, wanted to come out, or you maybe have seen and said, you know what, I think it'd look better with this. Hey, Tony, thanks for coming into the chat tonight, my friend. We're talking about a new thought experiment I'm coming up with here. So the idea is you work for company X, you have an unlimited budget, you have unlimited licensing agreement. Licensing means absolutely nothing. You have free range to anything you've ever wanted to create. Now, I'm going to give you my take on this. If you guys don't want to talk about it in the chat, you don't have to. Hopefully you can put it in the chat, something you as an idea for. If you think, you know what, it'd be better sending it as an email, you can always email me to rookgeekgoodness@gmail.com. If you want to keep it private, you can keep it private. If you want me to talk about it on the chat or in the stream, I would love to do that. I'd love to get your guys' feedback for this and turn it into maybe a stream follow-up saying, hey, these are what people thought, and give me your guys' interpretation. So think of it as those are the rules. You work for a company, you're in charge of the creative, basically the creative controller for it. You have unlimited resources and unlimited licensing agreements. So there's no brick wall when it comes to licensing or money. Okay? So I'm going to give you kind of two takes on this. First, I'm going to come up from my childhood side of collectibles. As I mentioned before in several streams and on a couple of videos as well, there was a toy I had in my youth that I loved. And I'll show you a picture of it. I will eventually get this toy back into my collection. I don't have it right now, unfortunately. I'm just waiting for this to pop up, and it's right here. It is a F-15 jet from the Fisher-Price Adventure Kit series. It came out in the early 80s. It's this blue jet right here, this blue and white jet. I had this toy when I was about 8 to 10 years old. I had 2 of those jets, and I lost them between different moves, unfortunately. And I would love to remake that jet, have it done as a reissue. I think the identical jet would just reissue on the box, maybe 30th anniversary, whatever the case may be. I thought that would be very, very cool. As far as creating it, I don't think it would cost a whole lot of money to remake it, get the molds for it, and have the box art reprinted. I don't think it'd be very expensive to do. I can see as a side for that, as an addendum to that, something for more of a modern take. Take the idea of that same box, same packaging, but mix it up a little bit and do, let's say, an F-22 Raptor. Same pilot, different color variant, but same figure, but do it as it has the plane, the Turbo Hawk had wheels so it would roll. Maybe make it in a grayish color, or you can even offset it, make it the plane white with blue trim instead of having a blue plane with white trim. Kind of flip it a little bit. You could do that as well. I thought that would be a very clever idea. That would be my childhood side, wanting to create a collectible again. That's from my personal take. Now, from the collector in me, from Rook the Collector. This is I spent about a day working through this whole scenario, how I would put this together. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I'm a massive Green Lantern fan. You can tell by, if you look to the chat, where you look at the bottom right corner, you'll see the picture of me as a Funko Pop. I'm dressed up as Kyle Rayner. I'm a big Green Lantern fan, and that's what I'm going to get to now with Kyle Rayner. Unfortunately, Kyle Rayner doesn't get a lot of love in Green Lantern. As far as a collectible sense. He was a torchbearer. He's someone who passed the line on. He reignited the Green Lantern power battery when it got wiped out. So he's an important piece of Green Lantern canon. But they don't do a lot with the character himself in action figure form. They have a couple figures that have come out for him. They have several of them, more for Hal Jordan than Kyle Rayner, because Hal's just more popular. And that's the way it is. And I'm fine with that. But I think a very cool collectible to me would be a large, let's say, 1.5 to 2 foot tall sideshow collectible Kyle Rayner in his traditional green, the suit that you see in the little Funko Pop right there. Let me find a picture of him so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'll give you the outfit example. Give me 1 second here. I'll find a nice picture of him. If I was any type of streamer, I'd have a good image of him here. I would say something along this outfit right there. That type of design. The black and white outfit with the crab mask. That sort of look is what I would say would be very, very cool for the statue. And they have not yet made a statue for Kyle Rayner, and that's where I was getting at. Here's another good shot of him right there. Another good shot of Kyle. But that outfit with that crab mask is what I'm talking about. So the statue would be approximately about 1.5 to 2 feet tall. My thought here is it'd be a Sideshow collectible statue. Sideshow makes very expensive statues. I want to make this statue more affordable. I'm thinking price point about $2.99. About, like I said, you're looking 16 to 24 inches in height. So it's going to be, this big. It's going to be a tall statue. The base would be surrounded. It'd be a large base, maybe 8 to 10 inches in diameter. Have a bunch of destroyed Manhunters. If you're not familiar, Manhunters were the first original Peace Corps for Green Lantern. Before the Green Lanterns were created, the Guardians made the Peacekeeper, the robots called the Manhunters. Eventually they had issues with the programming and they did a lot of bad things. But I can see a bunch of destroyed Manhunters, and I can see Kyle's foot on top of, let's say, a stack of Manhunter parts. And he would have his hand extended out like, let me scoot back a little bit, like this, or like kind of cocked a little bit, and maybe one hand up in the air. The hand that's cocked out a little bit, you would have a light up gimmick. It would have a lit up ring. Of course, it'd be in the Green Lantern costume. Now, here's where I think a lot of the fun parts would come in. You'd have a lot of interchangeable parts. I would want to have a lot of pieces that are connected via magnets. For example, the head would be an interchangeable head. He'd have at least one more head. He would have the arm itself would either be the whole arm assembly would come out, so you still have a light gimmick, or the hand would swap out. Now, here is the good part that I think would be very, very fun to do with that statue, would be the interchangeable constructs. I'm thinking one construct would be coming to the outstretched hand, the one that's pointing straight out like this. There would be a ring lit up there, and it would plug into that ring. And it would be a piece coming off about maybe 2 inches of the hand, and it would be a gigantic rocket, a missile. But from that missile, 3 other smaller missiles would branch out. Again, light would be transfixed inside this construct piece attached. So then those 3 little offset pieces for the rocket would have interchangeable parts inside of them with 3 smaller rockets. But since Kyle was a person who he was an artist, so you could pull those pieces out of those 3 little prongs around the rocket and put little paintbrush missiles in place. I think that would be a nice little touch for the character of Kyle Rayner. I think that would be so neat to have happen. I think it would be a very, very cool approach to do. Have them interchangeable so you can put either the paintbrush, so imagine a paintbrush with little missile fins coming out the back. That's how I envision it. So you can either have the missiles in place or the paintbrushes around that. So you'd have either a big missile and 3 smaller missiles, or a big missile and 3 paintbrushes, or any way you want to mix and match that. And I thought of another idea would be you would take the hand off, and then it would be another hand, maybe a little lower. Is that what Martian Manhunter is? No, Martian Manhunter he's a character that came from Mars, and he is a detective. He's literally as strong as Superman. He has heat vision, super strength. He can phase like vision. He's super smart. He's a detective, like 3rd smartest detective next to Batman. He's a police officer, but he's harmed by fire. All Martians are harmed by fire. But Martian Manhunter has no take on the Manhunters. The Manhunters themselves were a peacekeeping group similar to the Green Lantern Corps before there was Green Lantern. So the idea for the gun attachment would be it would hook to the hand, but there'll be plastic going underneath his armpit, going over his shoulder, and it would turn into a cannon with like a swiveled, an eye reticule. And I thought maybe the cannon itself, barrel would come off, and you can make maybe a laser gun coming off, like a longer barrel coming off of it, as a neat little idea. Now, what makes this kind of a different approach is that they would have a variant of that statue. Maybe for $100 more, there would be a White Lantern version, because Kyle Rayner eventually became the White Lantern. A whole White Lantern outfit, same crab mask, different symbol on his chest, because that's the White Lantern Corps symbol, and it would have a gimmick effect where the hand would come off still, and there wouldn't be a Green Lantern ring, there would be a White Lantern ring, but what makes it cool, in the bottom of one of the Manhunter parts would be a swivel dial that would spin a little disc inside that piece to 3 different colors. There'd be the white color, you would have a blue color, because Kyle Rayner had one time was part of Hope, and then you would have maybe the Star Sapphire, which is like the purple color. What you would have then is a purple missile pod that would come off, so you would have the purple glow, and you would have the blue cannon going across his shoulder. So you'd have a blue cannon coming out, and all these parts could be mixed, matched, and interchanged as well. I thought that would be a kind of a very cool variant statue. That one would probably be $299. I would want to keep the price point low for this statue. It would probably be normally, I'm thinking maybe $299 for the Lantern, the Green Lantern version, and $399 for the White Lantern version. So it would literally be the identical sculpt, maybe just, like I said, that different light gimmick. The base would be identical. You would have just different construct parts that you could plug into. Those would be my 3 big collectibles I would love to have made. If I had the money, the time, the license, that's what I would make. That's coming from me, from Rook. I want to know what you guys want. What do you want as your dream collectible? Again, the criteria for Company X, you work for Company X, you're the chief creative officer, you have unlimited budgets at your disposal, you have unlimited licensing agreements, so you don't have to worry about something in a different scale. You can't say, well, Mattel has this license, or DC Collectibles has this license, or NECA has this license. Take that off the table, get that out of your mind. What do you want? What do you want as collectibles in your mind? What would you make or construct if you could? Hit me up, please, in the chat. What do you want? We had 7 people in chat. I think we're down to about 3 or 4 right now. So what do you guys want? Again, hit me up in the chat. If you don't want to discuss that, you don't have to. I gave you my take on what I thought would be very cool collectibles. Again, I went back to my childhood for the Jet, for the Turbo Hawk. Something I thought would be kind of different, kind of creative. A different approach, so to speak. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Hit me up in the chat, please. What do you think? If you guys are still there. Hopefully you're still there. Again, I thought it would be very, very clever. Different approach. What do you guys think? please hit me up in the chat. If you don't want to, you can always email me at your, at Rook Geek Goodness. Here's my email right here, Rook Geek. Let me type it in correctly. Goodness at gmail.com. Yep, perfect. That is my email. If you want to email me, you're more than welcome to. It is kind of a touchy subject. People might not want to be as creative, maybe don't want to talk about it in the chat. If you want to keep it to yourself, you're more than welcome to. If you want to email me, you can as well. If you want to make it more of an in-depth sort of discussion, it's a very cool thought experiment when you had this type of power and this type of control, and you always wanted to make something that's not out in the market, but you have the rights to make whatever you want to make. What would you want and why? Let me know. Hit me up, please, in the chat. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. But I gave you my take on it. I would love to definitely get that statue. I think that statue would be so cool to have. A big Kyle Rayner Green Lantern statue, because they have never made one yet, and something I really, really want to get my hands on. So what would you guys want? What would you make if you could? Hit me up, please, in the chat. Make sure the chat's still running here. I think it's still running. Hope I didn't get knocked offline. Nope, it's still running. Okay, good. What would you guys want? As I said, I gave you my examples. But again, it's a complete thought experiment. That's what we're talking about in this stream tonight. Maybe some people weren't interested. That's fine. You don't have to chat if you don't want to chat. If you want to send me an email, again, you're more than welcome to. Again, let me know in the chat if you want to talk about it. If you want to send me an email, you're more than welcome to as well. Again, I had fun putting this together. Gave you my interpretation of what I thought would be a very cool idea. But next week's stream, it's going to be a good one. Next week's stream is going to be a very, very good stream. Next week is going to be, well, actually, this coming weekend is Toy Fair 2019. That's where all the people, a lot of the big companies, for example, Funko, Hasbro, Mattel, NECA, all these big companies will be debuting their new products for the next coming year, either during this year or into the beginning of next year. And we'll be doing a full 1-hour stream next Monday, showcasing off all the really cool stuff that I can really find. Hopefully I'll be able to find some information about this with Toy Fair's websites. I'll dig through, hopefully be able to find something decent. It's going to be an interesting stream next week, because hopefully they won't rehash any of the stuff they did from London's Toy Fair. They had a Toy Fair a few weeks ago, or about a month ago, leading into Toy Fair this week. And I think they're going to rehash some of these items. And hopefully they don't. I'm hoping they don't. But if they do, that is to be expected. But I think there should be some good stuff. I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers. We saw a ton of Funko stuff. Funko had a big debut at London Toy Fair. A big showing. That's what I'm looking for. They had a big showing at London last month, and they had a lot of stuff they talked about. And they'll probably be bringing back some of those items as well as hopefully some new stuff. I'm really hoping we'll get some new stuff for Toy Fair. I'll be doing, like I said, a full hour-long stream. I'll be doing a picture-in-picture sort of deal where you'll be able to see me scroll down stuff on my computer window. I'll be doing I have my tablet to my side, which I have everything kind of showcased to the side of me. That's how I do it when I do an hour-long stream, or I'm doing something like this, like a San Diego Comic-Con review, a New York Comic-Con review, Emerald City Comic-Con. If I'm doing Toy Fair, I always have their sites up going through the data. That's how I usually would do it. So next week's going to be Toy Fair 2019. I'll be talking about Funko stuff, NECA stuff, Hasbro stuff, Mattel stuff. Anything I think is very, very cool, I'll be talking about those items. So hope you guys will come into that stream as well. I think it'll be a very, very good stream going into next week. But again, this was kind of a thought experiment. This was just kind of popping myself. It's something I really wanted to do, and I thought it'd be a very, very cool idea. If you guys didn't want to talk about it, that's fine. If you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine. If you have no idea, that's fine too. If you want to email me, absolutely email me at rookgeekgoodness@gmail.com. If you have any ideas, you want me to showcase it on the stream at a later date. If you have something that you say, you know what, it'll take too much time to type it in the chat, I'd rather just send you an email, you can do that too. That's fine. I'm a very approachable person. I take everything. What you see now, when you see Rook talking, this is how I talk in real life. There's no gimmick here. I'm not putting on an act. This is how I normally act in real life. So if you wanted to do anything like that, let me know, please. We're getting close to the 30-minute mark. think a lot of people are bailing out of the stream tonight. That's fine. Again, I wanted to really do the stream mainly for myself. It was for myself that really wanted to put this stream together. Again, we have the giveaway ending tomorrow night. It's again for Funko Lord of the Rings pop giveaway. It's 5 pops. Hopefully you guys would enter into this giveaway. It is free to enter. All you do is follow the link in the description box of this video. If you click the link, it'll bring you to the Gleam.io website, which has all the entry points you can get into this particular giveaway. It is open to U.S. residents only. I will be going through it before the end of that stream, before the end of the giveaway ends, go through all the entries. I will take away anyone who's international because of the price it costs to ship out internationally. It's only U.S. residents. And I really hope you guys definitely go into that giveaway. It's free. You get 5 Funko Pops if you like it. Winner take all. If you win, you get all 5 pops. So, again, I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight. Again, I would be unfortunate if you guys didn't want to type anything, but if you wanted to email me, you're more than welcome to, again, at rookgeekgoodness@gmail.com. And I'll be ending the stream, guys, tonight in 3, 2, 1. Take care, guys. I'll see you next stream, and bye-bye.